Let's Talk Oculus is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to know how to support the show, go to patreon.com/playtestvr. What's up, Oculus nerds? I'm Dan from Playtest VR. Welcome back to Let's Talk Oculus. As always, my co-host Samson joins me. How you doing, Samson? It's been a while.
Oh, it has been a while. About like what, 4 or 5 weeks or so? About a month.
Yeah, it's been about a month now since we've been away. So our last episode was on the 22nd of December. So just for like a Christmas break, I went to the UK and didn't bring my laptop, so there's no way we were going to record then. But we're back here. We're going to be here every Wednesday and every Monday for patrons, but a little bit more on that later. So in today's episode, we're going to catch up with you all. We'll discuss what we've been playing and what we've been doing with VR in the past month. And of course, we're going to get into some news, especially looking at the PSVR 2 and see how it relates to the MetaQuest, because we got some spec reveals in the beginning of the year. So let's talk about that as well. But before we get into the show, as always, a little housekeeping. Audio listeners, you can check out the video version on Let's Talk Oculus YouTube channel. And for you video watchers, the episode is on all good podcast platforms and some rubbish ones as well. If you want to be part of the show, send in your questions at letstalkoculus@gmail.com. You can also send it through our Discord. Discord's open to everyone, not just Patreon. All the links will be in the description below, including our Patreon link. So if you want to throw us $1, send it to us at patreon.com/playtestvr. Now, speaking about Patreon, as we were away, we received 2 new patrons over the holidays. So a huge welcome to Alex and Dave. Thank you so much for supporting us. They joined Nate, Robin, Eric, Craig, Matt, Andrew, Kimberly, and Kai. So we have 11 patrons now, which is excellent. So we've gone
Soon
past
we're just gonna need like a scroll, Can't really.
Well, if we get to,
you can only read so many names,
Yeah. Maybe we'll just read the founding members all the time.
Yeah.
We'll see. But now we've kind of reached our goal of hitting those 10 patrons. So I'm definitely gonna look into try and get some merch sorted for all the new patrons in there, and anyone who else joins, because why not?
Everybody loves some merch.
Definitely.
Merchandising.
We got to get you a nice Let's Talk Oculus hoodie to wear. Not the Foxborough water depth department. Sorry,
I was gonna say that's short for something.
Yeah, it's been a while. You see, it's been a while.
This is warm though. It's thermal. Come on, check it out.
Oh. Ooh, yeah, I don't know if we can afford a thermal hoodie, but we'll do our best.
Then come on, man. England. I got my St. John. The island. Colonialism, England.
Sure, English. Yeah. Yeah. We've also had a few more people in our Discord over the holidays as well. Everyone's jumping in on the Quest train now, so huge welcome to them too. We're gonna set up a Discord channel in there so you can link up to other players as well, to request games. Definitely for After the Fall, it seems to be the hot ticket right now. We'll talk about After the Fall a little bit in a second, but definitely if you want to play something like After the Fall, Demio, or Walkabout Mini Golf, it's normally the 3 games we play more than anything on co-op. Hit us up in the Discord, as well as any other multiplayer games that you have, because I'm pretty sure Samson probably owns one of them.
Yeah, I do own Loco Dojo. Haven't played that one yet, but
yeah,
come on down.
Yeah, I think I played it once with PJ and Gina. Yeah,
that was the night that I missed it. Yeah.
You missed out there, but yeah, that was fun. Loco Dojo. So yeah, definitely join us in the Discord if you want to play. Let's kick off with the show. Samson, how was your Christmas like? Did you get much VR done?
Gosh, VR has been off and on over the last 4 weeks, I'd say. My cousin, who I'd been showing VR to, he did get Quest for Christmas, and but he said as he's been playing, pardon me, that he's playing less and less now because it makes him feel sick and like feel weird and off.
Huh.
So I suggested to him just playing in like 10 to 15 minute bursts,
Hmm.
like daily or every other day. And if you ever start to feel unwell, just take it off and wait a couple days.
Yeah.
But
Do you
we'll see.
know?
We'll
Do you
see
know
where he
what
goes
he's?
from there.
Do you know what he's playing at all? Oh,
He says it doesn't matter what he's playing.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I might
So
be
it's
the
just like being
airflow.
close to the screen or something. I don't know.
Maybe the lack
Like,
of blinking. Maybe.
yeah. Yeah, he mentioned that too.
Yeah.
He mentioned it hurts his eyes. Yeah.
I keep every time I have put someone in a VR headset, like my dad, for example, I just kept saying to him as I was sitting there, I was like, blink, blink, blink. Just make sure you blink because your eyes get tired super quickly.
Yeah, that's what
Um,
he's exactly.
yeah, if you're not used to it.
Um, but yeah. So what else? I saw some family, caught up with friends, played more Halo with Kai. We are
Did you
almost done with
finish?
Halo 2. I
Oh,
think
still going.
we got two levels left, I think. I think the last level took us 3 hours to complete. It is a slog to say
Yeah,
the least. And I think once we finish Halo 2, we're going to take a little break and try to
yeah.
get into more VR. Um,
Bit of a Halo
and
burnout.
before we get play more Halo 3.
Have you played
Um,
Infinite yet? Or
yeah. I played
yeah,
some Infinite. I haven't played the campaign at all, but some multiplayer.
how was it? Good?
Yeah, I enjoy it.
Yeah,
So,
definitely. I bet it runs like a dream.
I find that when I play like Halo multiplayer, sometimes you end up in a room where people are just like way better than me
Mhm.
and know the map like the back of their
Yeah,
hand. And
yeah.
then sometimes I'm like, some noobs. All right.
That's what they're
Uh
thinking about you when you get into those
yeah,
rooms.
exactly. So it's just like a chain until you're at the top, which I am not and will probably never ever be.
Yeah,
Um
you definitely have some dedicated players. The same with any like first person shooter online. Like you always have some dedicated players,
yeah.
unless you play the game from start, it's very hard to catch up.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
But yeah, that was about it. I feel
Yeah.
like I spent the last month trying to court this girl, and it is now over. So it's time to refocus on
Oh,
VR.
yeah. Okay, yeah, and that's a shame to hear. But maybe you had to get her into the right VR games, and tell them that you're a famous podcaster and everything.
I'm a famous podcaster, yes.
Yeah. Maybe once you get your merch, once we get like a Let's Talk Oculus t-shirt, you can wear it on the dates and people will start asking you, oh, what's that?
I
Well,
have
let me tell
many,
you, a little bit
many
of a
leather bound
celebrity.
books.
For
A
me,
little bit of a celebrity.
for me, I got my dad into the Oculus, which was great. So I went home to England for 3 weeks and I put him in walkabout mini golf to start, and he freaking loved it. Big golfer, but he absolutely loved it. So he couldn't
Did he
believe
fly
it.
around?
No, we didn't fly around. I just told him to keep it simple with the teleporting and such. And I can't remember which one he played the first course, and then he played the is it Shangri? Shang yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the newer one. I can't
Mm-hmm.
remember what it's called now. I just watched Shang-Chi the Marvel film, so I'm getting the words slightly mixed up. I watched that earlier today. Um yeah, so he played a couple of those, and then he also played the first episode of Vader Immortal. Another
Mm-hmm.
big Star Wars fan, but he loved it, absolutely loved it. And I got like a videos of him just having a time, and he
That's
finished it all
awesome.
in one sitting. Like I think it's
Wow.
like 40 minutes or 30 minutes or so. Did it all in one sitting, and he felt fine. No sickness at all. I mean, it's kind of a easy game to not get
Yeah.
you motion sick, but yeah, absolutely loved it. As soon as when he saw Darth Vader for the first time and he came
Yeah.
up to him,
You
he was
look
like,
up.
yeah, you're like, oh my god, he's scary. He's like literally scary. And I got the Oculus to work with my phone so I could watch him play as well, which is the kind of the first time that it's worked for me. I think that's more internet issues here in the house than in here. But that was really cool. That was the only two we played. But then So in the UK, we have a service called Sky Sports, which is like a ESPN in a way.
Hmm.
Um, and so they have their own app on Oculus, and I could download it because obviously I was in the UK, and they have the soccer games on there, so the Premier League. And I was watching one of the games in the Premier League, and my uncle, who's also got a Quest, he was also watching it as well. And we were in the same room together. We were like in a box in the stadium, and obviously you could watch the field. The quality is not tip top compared to like watching it on TV, but it's still good enough to watch it. And I watched the whole first half in VR, and I gave it to like all the family members, like we had a lot of family around at that point, all around, and they
Where do
absolutely
you
loved it.
sit in the stands, or is it
So
the goal?
no, you sit where the kind of where the dugouts are, but then up, like in
Okay,
the mid tier, should I say, where the
club
boxes
levels.
would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, club level seats. Um, Excellent, because it's fun because you can also get the stats up, so you can see all the stats on the different players. You can obviously look forward, look
God,
around, and then talk
bring that
to.
outside the UK.
Yeah, tell me about it. They need more services. I don't know how the NBA one works in the US because I've not tried that one. I don't know if that's similar, but it was cool because you're in your own little box and for some reason I couldn't see his avatar, but you're meant to be able to see each other's avatars and interact that way. But I could hear him
Mm,
and we were just talking and just talking about the game, and it
good
was,
enough. Yeah.
yeah, it was good enough. It was a really good experience. I think I would definitely, if I had that service here in Canada, I'd watch quite a few games like that, especially if you have your own friends or something or family members watching it with you, and they're in different time zones, not even in the same house. You can kind of,
Right.
it's like you're
The
sitting and
game is
watching the
clear.
game. Yeah, clear enough. Yeah, clear enough. I could easily watch that game and it would be fine. It'd be totally fine. And then you have the actual stream of the game above, though, if you want to. So
Hmm.
you can watch the field, obviously, but then above you can see, if you look up, you can see the actual stream of the actual game. So
That's cool.
yeah, so if you need to look up, or it's cool because if play happens, say, and it goes out for a throw in or corner or something, or a goal happens, for example, you can look up and you can see all the replays if you wanted to, like you're in the box and see all the different angles you can choose.
Mm.
And you look back down and then you can see all the players celebrating, and it's really cool. It's kind of what VR is all about to me. I like this is a
Yeah, it's
big
sweet.
opportunity. I wish more sports would pick up on that. um, but yeah, that was kind of it. I played a lot of Medal of Honor at the start of my trip, but then I deleted it because I wanted to download more games to show my dad.
Yep.
Um, so I haven't finished that yet. But we obviously played some After the Fall a few days ago, didn't we? We played with
Hmm.
Gina and PJ. I downloaded After the Fall on that day when we played for the first time, and I was pleasantly surprised. I thought it's a good game. I can see why some people it's not for them. I think our patron Kimberly, she bought it and then refunded it after 2 hours because it wasn't for her. And I can see, why some people will like this game, some people won't. But it was
It
really
was
fun having all of us on there.
it was definitely very beautiful on PCVR.
Yeah.
Lots of blood, lots of bodies. The heads were just like bouncing around when they were lying there.
I was very jealous throughout the
Yeah.
whole stream. So everyone, like, I was the only person playing on Quest, but all the other three were playing on PC, and PJ was streaming it onto YouTube. So then after we finished, I went onto PJ stream and I was like, oh my gosh, because on the Quest version, it looks fine, like it looks like a fine game. Probably to the level of what Walking Dead looks like, I would say. But the thing is, if you have so many zombies coming at you, right? And if they die or if you shoot them and such, instead of having all the bodies on the ground, they just disappear. And you'll see like maybe one or two bodies tops, but generally it's an empty world. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think the one thing what I really want in the game is to have that flashlight because it's normally dark.
I mean, the
Like,
lighting is the thing that's tough.
yeah, because in the After the Fall, it's normally like pretty dark, right? And then you have the
Those space
flashlight.
warp, maybe it'll come.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I hope so. Anyway, I hope so because having that torch looks cool. Because in the Quest version, it's just brighter. The game is just
Yeah.
brighter, and it doesn't. It is not as scary as what it would look like in the actual PC version. What did you think of it after the fall?
Oh, I enjoyed it. Yeah. I got to get into it more for sure. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's here's the thing. It's like a game that I want to play with people I know. I'm
Yeah.
not really. I don't necessarily love it that much where I'm just gonna hop into random multiplayer games. I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Did
mean,
you play
I
anything else?
in terms of games wise on After
Mm-hmm.
the Fall, or
Yeah.
yeah, no, no more, because with After the Fall I tried a bit of the single player, and it's just the single player is fine because pretty much exactly the same as the actual game, but with the multiplayer, but it's just kind of just not as fun,
Mm-hmm.
it's just you on your own, and there's not many levels in it. I've not finished it yet. I think we have like two more left, or we had two more left or something to do. But I've not, yeah. It's something that I want to save for as well. So if anyone wants to play that game, just hit me up on Discord. But that was it for in terms of VR, apart from the standard occasional walkabout mini golf, just to get me
I
back
did.
in.
I did also hop into some VR chat.
Mhm.
Played some with Kai. He took me to a roller coaster world, and it was not for me.
Wow.
Uh, I was like, yo, I don't really even like IRL roller coasters. He's like, no, it's so different. Just hop on. I was like, all right, I guess ultimately, if I hate it, I just shut my eyes, right? Like, because I'm
Mhm.
not really even moving. Uh, I moved for probably 8 to 10 seconds, and I was like, all right, gotta shut my eyes.
Wow.
Let me tell
Wow.
you, the thing about VR roller coasters, they are long.
They are long.
Yeah. So
Wow.
I had my eyes closed for quite some time. Then we went back to the aquarium that we love. It's quite beautiful. Uh, and then we found this ghost game, I believe it was called, where like one person is a ghost and it's trying to kill everybody, but everybody can have weapons. And you kind of like go around the map collecting money from walls and like keys to unlock guns, sort of like a social deception game, I guess. And that was pretty fun.
Are those all those worlds PC or unsure?
Honestly, I'm not sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like the ghost game was probably Quest as well, but I'm
Mhm.
not sure about the coaster or the aquarium.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I honestly, after playing After the Fall with all of you, I got serious FOMO in terms of not having a PC VR setup. You
It
know,
is
it just
it
because
is
how
wonderful.
beautiful it looks, and then obviously Gina does loads of her events or organizes events and social stuff in VR chat, the clubs, and such. So it just seems something that I really want to jump into, and of course Neos as well.
Hmm.
It's something I want to jump into too.
Do it. Do
Maybe.
it.
Um, let's
Do it.
move on to our topic of the show, because it's kind of on the same version of a PC VR, in terms of how much power it has, and that's the PlayStation VR 2. So during our holidays at the start of January, I think just before CES, the Sony announced all the kind of some of the specs for the PSVR 2. They said it's going to be 4K HDR, 110 degrees field of view, foveated rendering, one cable required with the PS5, so kind of like a link cable. OLED with the panels, it's going to be 2000 2040 pixels per eye. I think that's slightly better than the Quest, and then 90 to 120 hertz refresh rate. So that kind of surprised me. I thought it'd be a bit more like the Steam headset, but I guess 120 hertz is not too bad. And then haptic feedback controllers, which are rechargeable, which is a nice addition.
Hmm.
Definitely a
Definitely
nice addition. And then they announced
save on batteries.
definitely, and then they announced Horizon, a VR game of Horizon, which is definitely exciting. So obviously this is a Oculus podcast, but
Hmm.
PlayStation VR is
Ultimately, we are VR.
yeah. It's too niche to, just to go Oculus. But first of all, Samson, is this something that interests you? Because obviously you have your PC setup, which is a sick PC setup now, and then you have
Yeah.
your wireless gaming with Oculus.
Yes.
Would
Yes.
it,
Yes.
Does this appeal to you, or is it just
all
there's
right,
no
so
point?
it's like, all right, if I get this, am I like, am I buying just every headset that comes out? And I don't know. If I do plan to get a PS5, then I feel like I'll get it. But I'm not necessarily in a real rush. I don't know what the exclusives will be really off the bat, and if those exclusives will really be worth it. I mean, a PS5 is basically like my PC. You
Yeah.
know, ultimately it'll be running pretty graphically similarly. Um, I mean, I feel like eventually that PSVR 2 is gonna be wireless. Like there'll be like an adapter you should plug in or whatever. Kind of like Oculus Link.
HTC kind of has that too with their like wireless
Yeah,
adapter, right?
and I imagine they'll want it to. I mean, what? How long has PSVR 1 lasted? Right, it came out 2016, 4, 5, 6. It's been 6 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they plan for this thing to be in existence for about 5 years or so, I imagine there'll be like another PS5 like that's smaller released with it in a few couple years. Maybe that's when I swoop in. I
They
don't
did
know.
do that with the PS4. They did like a mega bundle once where it was
Yeah.
PS4 and PS4 Pro, maybe, or PS4, and then with that, yeah,
I do hope I know somebody with it, but I don't
yeah.
know. I'd love
I
to try it
mean,
out. Are you gonna get it? You have a PS5, right?
I have a PS5, and honestly, I'm probably gonna get it, but it really depends on. I'm in a little bit of I'm a little bit of a, what do you call it, kerfuffle right now, where I'm stuck, where I'm like, I really want a PC to go into VR chat and such, but if should I just wait until this PSVR 2 because I already have a PC with this PlayStation 5, and this will probably do exactly the same. Is it just a waste of having both of them, you know? So I was wondering with you if you're going to bother with it, because it seems to be, unless you really really love these exclusives, and that's
Hmm.
time can tell, that won't be like this year. Horizon might come out and it might be, say, amazing, but still it's only just one title that just can't justify a $600 machine and a whatever, how much this is going to cost to.
Does it? Yeah. How much does it have a price tag yet?
No idea. No, but the PlayStation VR 1 cost exactly the same price as the PlayStation 4, which
Hmm.
was $400 US, I believe.
Yeah.
Um, so I expect this. I expect this to be at least $500, at
Hmm.
least. You know, um, which would be very cheap
It's about
for a headset like this
just under a K for
for
the whole
both.
package or something.
But still, that's quite cheap, right, for a VR headset, apart from
Yeah, it's not. I
Oculus.
mean, it's not bad. Yeah.
I think the HP, no, the HTC is the cheapest at $800 or something around that. Obviously you need all the tracking stuff. I assume this won't need that because that's too much to do. I feel like they'll do the same. Well, you'll have that camera in front
Hmm.
of you, and that's about it. Um, we'll see if it even has that, or it has cameras in the actual headset itself, which makes sense if it wants to do a wireless version. Yeah, there's still a lot of questions in this that we don't even know if it's coming out this year. They kind of alluded to it will be out in 2022, but that's not guaranteed. And plus, with all these tech
I mean,
delays that's happening,
there's no way it's not out by holidays.
no, even with the PlayStation 5 being very difficult to like find right now.
Hey, yeah, you don't. Businesses don't miss out on the holiday. You can't miss
That's
that.
true. Yeah, that's
Come
true.
on.
That's true.
I just listened to this book on like Rockstar Games, and one of the games they were like, "Yep, we got to get it out for,"
Mm-hmm.
and you know, just
That,
real crunch. Like you just figure it out. You make it happen.
yeah, that's true. I'm just having a look up PSVR. The first one came out. I know it said 2016. It came out October 13th. Yeah, so that's holiday season, which is excellent. I wonder if it will come out around that time. Yeah, it came out for $400. But I reckon this will be more expensive. And the thing is, it's interesting if it's gonna catch on early on because of how difficult the PS5 is trying to find. But we'll see. But if I haven't got a PC by that point, I'm definitely gonna buy it, 100%,
Yeah.
and then I'll talk about it on this channel.
Hopefully, if you have a PC.
Yeah, definitely. But okay, so that's the PlayStation VR. But kind of where does this leave the Quest? Do you think with the PSVR coming out, say it comes out at the end of the year, does this dampen the Quest big time? Do people not even bother with this, or do you think the Quest is still in its own market? Because you can kind of think that the PlayStation VR is in its own space, right? It's the only one that requires a console, where the Quest requires nothing, and on the PC VR headsets require a PC. It's like it's in its own space, right in the middle tier, right?
You mean, yeah, they'll each have their own like sort of target market niches.
Mm-hmm.
PSVR 2 is probably not going to be used as much for work,
No,
I
it's
imagine.
gaming only, I think.
Yeah.
Not with those
Um,
controllers as well.
but with all the graphical advancements and with like space warp and all that with Quest 2, it's potentially like more competitive graphically with PSVR 2 even.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
that's and the standalone's still an advantage for now.
Standalone is definitely, and I guess the price alone, right, is still going to be, yeah, the resolution is a little bit less, but I don't think that really matters too much, to be honest, when it comes to the headset. I think, do you think any of these, like the specs that we see, the PSVR 2, do you think potentially the Quest 3 would have a lot of these? Do you think you'd
I mean,
expect
ideally,
them to
Quest
have?
3 will be a little better.
Yeah, yeah,
Obviously, it's coming out after. You hope.
yeah. You'd hope, yeah, you'd hope. But won't require a actual PlayStation to run it. That's the thing. That's the thing.
Correct. Correct.
But definitely expect that Quest 3 to be out next year, to be honest.
Oh,
But
100%, 2023.
yeah,
Gosh, I
definitely.
had tickets to this Trevor Noah comedy stand-up
Yeah, yeah,
special,
yeah.
and it was supposed to be,
It was
I
Feb.
don't know, in February 5th,
Yeah.
and I see, oh, it's got postponed to February 19th, and then I noticed that the year also changed. So
Yeah. My
yeah,
my manager at work actually had tickets to that too.
really,
Yeah. And maybe they have to bring a VR version of it.
yeah.
Maybe
Well,
bring a VR version on it. I don't
so
know.
now 2023, that's
20
when I get to see Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah, yeah. With the there's an interesting one as well because we mentioned exclusives, right? The Quest 3, they're big exclusives, shall I say? Medal of Honor, Sniper Elite VR, Resident Evil. They've just got Hitman, I believe. Or was Hitman? No, no, I don't think they have Hitman. Hitman's
Do
another
we
just a
know
big.
if Do we know if any of these are like contracts? Like, hey, your next like 3 games have to be released to us, or is it just those
No,
one-offs?
we don't even know. We don't even know if it's timed exclusives either.
Right.
So we have no idea on that front either. So, but the thing is, most of those games that are named didn't really hit those big hitters. It's not. It's kind of like the indie games on Oculus are kind of the ones that are thriving.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to kind of be your indie machine. So I would say that PlayStation VR and Quest can just live harmoniously. I think it'll be like having a PC VR setup and a Quest. It's like having a
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation 5 and a Switch, you know they're similar things, but you can have both of them and not go, okay, why have I got so many? I think having the PlayStation VR and the PC VR setup, I think that might be overkill. But I think they can live hand in hand, and I think either both of them will be fine. I don't think the PlayStation VR is gonna hurt any of the Quest sales, to be honest. I'm really excited
Yeah.
this year about the Quest, to be honest. I'm really excited to see what they're going to do with Supernatural. I'm excited to see the gaming showcase that should be in the next couple months. Also, and then see if GTA finally comes out, and Assassin's Creed and all that. So
Oh yeah. It's gonna be great.
yeah, I think this year is going to be fine. Okay, let's move on to our next thing, which is update 37. So this update started last week, so you should get it in the next couple of weeks, if not now. It offers Apple Magic Keyboard support, which is great because then I can test it later on. Link link sharing. So if you have an Android phone, you can send your Quest headset links. so up to things to view. Organized home panels, so essentially you can just resize your windows. I really hope this year they bring some sort of folder structure or something to the Quest. They offer now more hand tracking gestures to control menus, so now you can hold your palm up, do a pinching motion, and then a shortcut menu will appear, so you'll be able to like take a screenshot or something like that.
Yeah, you get like 4 or 5 options, right?
Yeah, yeah, which is nice. And then they've updated this explore menu. So they've now gonna have you're gonna have recommended games at the bottom. You're gonna jump into your like recently played games. You can see what your friends are up to. Check that any links that you've sent from your phone will be on there, and if you do any fitness tracking or productivity stuff, that will all show up on the explore menu. Kind of more like a little hub to just jump straight back into what you've been doing or what you've been using. I really like the fact that the explore menu will have your friends list on there, because sometimes on my Quest the friends list doesn't appear on the right side, and it just so I have no idea who's online or anything. So that's a nice addition too. But that's update 37. Any thoughts on that? Anything exciting you? It's quite standard.
It's great. Yeah, nothing too special that like I'll really immediately use.
Yeah.
I mean, the free roam and home has got to come eventually, and it'll be cool once you can like visit and
Yeah.
customize. But until then, meh.
Yeah. They are gonna come out with that at some point. They've already mentioned that, but who knows when. So on to the next news story now. bHaptics have shown off their tactical gloves. So they now have VR gloves essentially. They got shown off in CES. Some people tried it before last year as well. But essentially they're gonna have it's a glove and it has vibration motors in the fingers. It's around $300, which is expensive, and it's going to be available later this year, most likely in Q3. Q2, a lot of developers are going to get their hands on it. Currently, Unplugged and Hand Physics Labs are supported, and it's come out to like some impressive first looks. I've been looking at what people have been saying, like on the Verge and Upload VR, and they've tried it to CES, and they think it's fantastic the way you can actually feel things now using hand tracking. And I think it will make a big difference when you are playing these hand tracking games. It just, I think with this one, just like any of the other bHaptic stuff, it all depends on how much support that they're going to get with their games. And it might be something that the PC VR system is just going to thrive more on because you can mod them.
Right. I mean, you got to hope that most of the games that already support it will take this on.
Yeah.
Potentially adding hand track. I guess like you'd have to add hand tracking to your game, which might be a little complicated. But
Yeah.
it'd be cool if in like Synth Riders you could wear them and like make fists and punch the
Yeah.
things, something like that. I mean, yeah, they seem pretty cool. I feel like I want them.
um,
Even just to play like Hand Physics Lab, like
yeah.
honestly,
That's a
that
supported
would just
game.
be that would just be enough. It might be worth it just for that.
It's an interesting tech. It would be nice to see Oculus do their own, or should I say Meta, sorry, to do their own version of these gloves, because they can probably incorporate some sort of tracking features in the actual hands itself, which will improve the hand tracking
And jack up the
um,
price.
and jack up the price. Yeah, well, $300 is very expensive for.
Unplugged too. That's gonna be fun. That'll be
Yeah,
cool. Because that's like an issue. I'm like, oh, I can't tell which fingers I'm missing.
yeah, you can
And
kind of
then the
feel the
feedback,
strings
yeah,
and
exactly. The
yeah.
feedback is that might make me play that more.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
an expensive
I want
add-on.
them. I want them. I want them.
That's an expensive add-on just to play unplugged, but yeah.
And hand physics lab. Come on,
Okay.
it's $150 each.
And then in the hoop as well. Because why not?
Is that also a supported one?
No, they just said those two for now, but I'm
Okay.
sure they'll support more, but that's not a great game. Anyway.
Maybe it'll make it better.
Maybe, who knows? They got more hand tracking issues than feel. But okay, so let's go on to some game updates now. And until you fall is getting its first update in over a year, which is we don't know what it's going to be yet, but they've teased saying the future is neon, so it might be like an aesthetic change to the actual game. Until Your Fall is what kind of game is this? What do you call it?
Rogue
Roguelike, right?
like, yeah.
Metroid roguelike.
I don't
Yeah.
really know the difference between roguelike and roguelite. I always have to like Google that every time I want to differentiate the two.
I
But
couldn't tell you either.
yeah,
I've always thought they were the same, but obviously
it's
not.
one of those where you die
Yeah,
a lot at the end of, every run, and you build up,
your
points or
character.
whatever. Yeah, and you slowly get stronger, and
Yeah,
then you
but
can
you
make it
always start
further.
from the start.
Yeah,
You
and
always, yeah,
you always eventually die.
yeah. Until You Fall. It's a fun
Um,
game, but if you don't like those type of games, it can be frustrating. But it's a really good fitness one.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's pretty fun. It's quite beautiful. I'm kind of
mhm,
wondering if it like completely revamps all of the aesthetic, or if it's like a separate like hub or world that
mhm.
is, neon or neon.
It might actually just be a DLC where it's an update. I guess it's not a DLC, but I wonder if they just incorporate a new level where it's just, yeah,
Right.
or they change the weapons or something, and they have like the portal gun or the light gun from Call of Duty Zombies or something crazy like that. Why not? Um, but yeah, Until You Fall is a good game though. I haven't played it for a while, but it's definitely fun when I did play it. So another game that caught my eye recently is a game called The Last Worker. This is a cel-shaded graphics game which is coming out for the Quest sometime in 2022. Upload VR talked about it a little bit last year, but no one knew kind of what the game was about. But now they've revealed their trailer, which is an excellent trailer as well. So essentially, you are literally the last worker. You're in this like delivery warehouse, and you're the
It's like a
everyone's
dystopia. Yeah.
yeah, and everyone's robots essentially, and everyone's been replaced by robots, but you're the only human worker in there. So it seems like there's not much else that they were given, but it seems like things are potentially going to go wrong,
Yeah.
essentially, and real quick. But I really like the narrative of this game and the feel of it. The trailer itself with the creepy guy talking about how the systems are working in the delivery system and such, and he seemed very creepy, and I feel like things are going to go pear-shaped really quickly. What do you think about this one?
I mean, it looks quite beautiful,
Hmm.
but I do not think the gameplay is for me.
No, not you're not
Yeah.
a delivery guy.
Yeah. Not well, I am quite literally a delivery guy, but uh not necessarily for fun.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to wait for reviews, but I do like where it's going. I'm worried that it's gonna go too delivery based, similar like a Death Stranding on the PlayStation, where all you do is become a postal worker and deliver packages back and forth. I've been playing it recently, and I was like, okay, I'm done with this game. I can't, this is not fun delivering packages, but I hope it's not. I hope it's more than this. I hope it's more than that, and I hope it's a bigger game. Um, yeah, it's one of those things that we're just gonna have to wait and see, but it's definitely caught my attention. And a lot of people, a lot of other like content creators and people in the VR works industry kind of got an eye for this one. So yeah, keep an eye out for The Last Worker. The next one is Zenith. Are you excited for this game?
Yes, please.
Yes, please. So Zenith is a VR MMO. We've spoke about it on the channel before because it had a big fundraising, and it's been in beta for the whole of last year, I believe. I think it's
For
been
a
a
while,
couple
yeah.
of years. Yeah, a couple of years of that. But it's finally officially coming on Jan 27th. And PJ, friend of the show from VR Verdict, he's been playing it for a year, and he's really liking it. He says it's a really good game. Um, so I'm
Yeah,
assuming dive into this.
I 100% will be diving into this. I believe it comes out Thursday.
Mm,
And I have been texting all of my friends to try to get them to one, either buy a Quest if they don't already own one to play
mhm.
this game, or play this game if they own one.
I feel like this game is if it hits um how we're hoping it will hit, and assuming, according to people who have played the beta and such, it is pretty good.
Like
I
maybe
think
I'll just live in this game.
I was
Like
about to
maybe
say, I
that's
said
where I'll just
maybe
like spend most of my time. Yeah.
maybe this is where you find your future girlfriend. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, 100%. Boom.
maybe this
Join.
is written. It was through Zenith is where you're gonna find her.
Yes. My name actually in Zenith is just Samson. I
Oh,
believe I got OG Samson in there.
oh, oh.
If it
You,
stays, I think I haven't hopped in, but like I got access to the beta, but never actually hopped into it. But I didn't make the account.
mhm.
Hopefully it stays because I do want to be Samson.
Yeah, Samson.
And then I
Oh,
will ultimately have to find whoever has just Delilah.
oh, just a liar. Oh, yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah, yeah. Of course.
And
Yeah,
my character, of course, will have to have long hair.
long hair. Yeah. What
Yes.
we're talking about here? What we're talking different colored hair, or just like a just super long, all the way up to the bum type of hair.
I mean, I don't think style, color, or anything really matters. Just length.
Just length, right?
Yeah.
Right. And what we're talking about here? Length. We're talking all the way down to the bum, or we're talking mid back.
Honestly, I haven't played yet, so I don't know how I can
Oh,
customize my character.
okay, okay. But what would your dream length be?
Dream length. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I feel like I should start maybe at my shoulders, and then as I play the game longer, perhaps I grow it.
Mm, very interesting. I'm really intrigued on what color hair you're gonna do. To be honest, I know you don't really care about that, but I'm interesting to see what you're gonna pick out for the first one. Um,
Yeah, I
yeah.
don't know what the characters really look like. So
So if there's any single women out there, we
yeah,
have beautiful Samson who's gonna have long, luscious hair. In this, definitely if you see him, definitely hit him up. Say hi,
yeah.
say hi.
Let's take on
Um,
some bosses.
Definitely. I don't know if I don't think this game is really for me, to be honest, but I'll just wait until what you say about it. And
I've
uh
never really gotten into an MMO before,
me
but
neither.
there's
That's the
something about
thing.
playing in VR.
Yeah,
You could
yeah,
just like,
there's something
yeah,
about that you're actually escaping to a world, like actually
yeah,
are.
exactly.
Yeah, I'm intrigued to see what you say. It obviously comes out this week, so I guess probably next week we'll be able to hear your initial thoughts if you dive into it.
I
um
imagine so. Hopefully so.
So over the last 4 weeks, you've been getting into a lot of fitness, right? Which is
Yeah.
non-VR related.
Yes, yes, yes. Non-VR related. I have been using my stationary bike.
Using the stationary bike, but maybe this next fitness app will get you going. You've got
Yeah.
Les Mills or Les Mills, I don't know how you pronounce his name. Body
Le
Combat.
Le Mir.
Les Mills, maybe. That's actually not bad. Fitness app is coming soon to Meta Quest. It's on the coming soon part, so it might come in the next month or two, to be honest. And it essentially is virtual boxing. There's going to be 5 dreamlike environments: Mars, Neo City, Rome, Japan. I mean, Rome, Japan, not really dreamlike unless it's going medieval, and then Tundra as well. Um, it's gonna have some fierce competition in terms of fitness apps. There's quite a few now. And even like supernaturals, including boxing. FitXR's been all about that. Powerbeats VR, which Kimberly's been dying for us to try on App Lab. I still haven't tried it. Have you tried Powerbeats VR yet? No,
Nay.
I
Nay.
still haven't tried it. I'll try and do that for you next week, Kimberly. But yeah, a lot of competition. I don't know if this is going to be a subscription based. It's not said that. It just says a premium fitness app.
Well, obviously, because it's branded, so that's
Mhm.
how you know it's going to be premium. Because obviously, if somebody puts their name on it, it must be good.
Yeah, yeah, definitely Les Mills, Les Mills.
I.e., Patrick Mahomes football.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes football. Did you get Patrick Mahomes football?
No, 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 man.
No.
I'm not gonna. That game looks not for me. Uh, I do think BMF just actually released a video if anybody wants to see some gameplay of
On
it.
Patrick Mahomes
Yeah,
football.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll
But
see how he
anyway,
plays later today.
in
Uh,
regards to the fitness app, it is not really for me. I mean, I'm stuck with the supernatural,
oh yeah, for a
all,
year,
all,
right?
all because I wanted this mat. But so
It's a good mat though.
yeah, and generally I just like I prefer I mean, come on. I prefer to like just game to covertly work out, you know. I'm not trying to
Yeah.
the supernatural's all right, you know. I do need to like start doing it more often, like at least every once in a while. But just because also like just doing the stationary bike every day, like just doing the same, you don't want to really do the
It's
same
just
thing every day.
cardio on
So yeah, I
cardio
just
on
want to,
cardio, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
I love me some cardio. I'm not about the weights. I'm no tech man or
Hey,
Eric for
apparently,
president.
Kiwi Design is sending me their accessory, their weight accessory. So you
Oh
basically
boy,
attach it to your Quest controller, and you can put weights onto your Quest controller, which is really interesting. And I'm gonna
done
see
that
if like,
yourself.
yeah, Thrill of the Fight or something. But they emailed me in the Christmas, and they were like, "Do you want to try these?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay, send it over. Send it over. I'll definitely try these." But so you're not gonna get swole like a tech man is gonna do this year?
No,
No.
no,
Shout out to Techman Drew, by the way. He put a picture up on Twitter and showed him like at his like peak fitness, and he literally looked like a superhero. I
yeah,
couldn't believe it. Like he's
that
ripping his
man,
shirt, and I was looking at him. I was like, oh my god, this guy looks like a superhero. And he put
that man
a
is
Dragon Ball
superhuman.
Z character right next to it, and I was like, yeah, like bloody hell, that guy is a
Unless you
superhero.
know, I play enough Zenith where I get really buff from all that farming or whatever I end up doing.
Now, are you planning to get buff in terms of your Zenith character or real life or
Ooh,
both?
yeah, both at the same time,
Now,
and
are
they
you worried?
with the hair growing on both at the same length at the same pace.
Now, are you worried when you meet your future girlfriend in Zenith that she's going to be slightly disappointed that you don't also have this beautiful flow in real life?
Well,
Or are
that's
we
what I'm
going to
saying.
try and grow that too?
I gotta grow my hair with my character. You know?
I see, I see. Hand in hand.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an accurate representation of what you like. Hmm.
Well, in regards to hair
That's all we,
length,
yeah, that's
I
all we care
guess.
about. That's all we care about. That's the
Yeah.
most important thing as we
I actually
established
don't
here
think I can do it. I think I'm lying. I'm lying. I can't
with
do
the
it.
hair growth.
Yeah, I've like tried to grow my hair before, and it just eventually reaches a point where when it gets wet, I just feel it on like the back of my neck,
Mm.
and I'm like, nah, nah, get this off of me. It is not for me.
But is it like growing a beard where you have to kind of get past that
Oh, I
disgusting
mean,
stage
I
where you
basically
look homeless
just
for a bit?
I grow my beard until it starts like sort of bothering me when it's like folded in a different
Mm,
direction or something like
hmm.
this. I don't know.
Yeah,
And then I just shave it down, and then it grows back, and then I shave it down.
yeah, yeah. Interesting bearding technique. I think I do the same one.
Yeah, you don't let it get too long. I've never seen you with
No,
the
man, you
beard.
can't really see on Zoom. Sometimes it does go over the lips, and I'm like, okay, time to brush it up a little bit.
Oh yeah, I mean I'll trim my mustache throughout the beard's growth
I can't grow
because
it. I can't grow it like long. It just doesn't work. It starts to curl up and look. It just doesn't work. I tried it through lockdown because all
you
three of us here try to grow.
comb it.
Yeah, these are things that I don't possess. I don't want to go out and buy a beard comb. Now you're just
It
looking at my face.
turn yeah.
I can't grow this part, which is I'm pointing to for audio listeners above the on my cheek essentially. Um, and then down here I kind of shave, but like my two housemates, they able to grow like magnificent beards,
I got
magnificent
you.
beards, and I was like, yeah, so I'm the Indian one who can't grow anything
Mm,
here, but yeah, all my hair's on the body. That's the problem. It never
mm.
came up there. Yeah. Anyway, enough hair talk. Onto the Rocket League meets archery, and that's Knock. So we got a new game called Knock, which I hate that name for a game. Knock. It sounds terrible, but it's very similar to Rocket League. In fact, it's pretty much identical to Knock at Rocket League, but instead of cars racing around, you're archery. You're an archerman. Archerman.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? Um, you're an
Archer.
archer. I think that's more sounds right. You're basically an archer, and you're jumping up and down and such. It's very fast paced, and you're using your bow and arrow to literally hit the ball into the net. It actually kind of looks fun. You're gonna check this out. It says it's gonna come soon. It's not. out yet.
Yeah, it
But
depends how much it is. I'm pretty much down to try anything, but I'll have to hold my judgment until then. It does look potentially like quite challenging.
it does look very challenging, yeah. But and it looks like it would be a $15 game. I don't.
Simple to learn, hard to master.
Yep, one of those. One of
Knock.
those. Knock. Oh man, that should be their slogan.
I kind of
Uh,
like Knock, honestly, for an archery
Knock.
game. That's kind of good. Yeah,
Yeah, fair
it's
enough.
good.
Fair enough. Moving on to a couple.
Hopefully they'll knock it out of the park.
A onto another game that has been knocking it out of the park according to Oculus reviews is Swarm. Swarm's like a Spider-Man with guns, I guess, because you're grappling around the city and you're shooting things. That's an accurate description there. It's very popular. It's got like 1,000 plus reviews on Oculus Store, and it's 5-star as well. But essentially, Swarm's going to get a multiplayer update, which seems really good. The beta's out now, but it's essentially there's a couple modes on the beta. It's team deathmatch, but there's also races as well. And I feel like it's gonna be fun to
That's
race.
cool.
It's like you're gonna just grappling around the city racing. It's like a Spider-Man racer. So I think this is gonna be nothing but good news for Swarm.
Yeah.
Have you played Swarm?
No, I'm interested. I've like almost bit on this game several times when it's gone on sale. I guess I might next time it does go on sale. But yeah. Game looks great. I've watched many a YouTube video on it.
Yeah, I think it's around $23 US ish. I'm trying to do a conversion because I can see 29 Canadian on mine, but yeah, it's been a cell shaded as well. It's another cell
Yeah.
shaded
Yeah,
graphic. It
it
seems
looks
like,
nice. It definitely looks nice.
yeah, I like the way that you can do races. I think that'll be really fun. I don't know how it does with motion sickness, but you know,
I also like that other one where you fly around Upitagard. I don't know how to say it, but sort of like a Slavic game where you have plungers as hands and you kind of
oh yeah, I know what you're
go
talking
around.
about.
Yeah,
Yeah. Speaking about motion
pretty
though,
fun.
Gorilla Tag's now on the App Lab as well, and that's been destroying it like it did on SideQuest.
Hmm.
um, which is kind of nice to see. The last kind of game update I just want to talk about is the Avicii and Vector Encore Edition. Well, Avicii and Vector game, which is the Encore Edition, which is coming to Quest 2 this month. Now, this game is already out on like the flat consoles. It came out in like 2019 or something. But essentially, it's a race the sun style kind of racer where you're just that was a terrible way to say that, but you're kind of in a ship and you're going along to the beat of the music. So you're racing along to the beat of the music, and sometimes you have to go through gates and such. It seems like a very simple game, but in terms of visuals, the visuals look beautiful, and I think something like this, putting it on a VR headset, is going to be kind of relaxing game. It'd be like a Tetris Effect, which hopefully will be an
Yeah,
easier version of Tetris Effect, but
if you
it'll
like
feature.
Vici.
Yeah, if you like Vici, because I have 35 of his tracks of the late DJ, and um yeah, it just looks very pretty. So if you like Avicii and you like his type of music and you just want to kind of sit back and relax in VR, I feel like this will be a good one that comes out this month as well. Alrighty. Let's finish off the show. Talk about what the games are out this week. We have 3 of them. Samson, do you want to start?
Sure, surely. Zenith, The Last City comes out on 1/27. I believe if you pre-order it, you get a 10% discount.
Yeah, a few dollars off at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah. The world of Zenith crawls with monsters that have been empowered by a dark and mysterious god, but glory and treasures await those brave enough to unveil Zenith's mysteries. Experience action packed combat as you battle monsters that know how to dodge your blows and respond with ferocity. Forge alliances and guilds, join epic raids and world events, and blaze a path to become the most powerful agent Zenith has ever known.
Woo! That sounds great. Sounds amazing. Sign me up.
Hell
Should get you
yeah.
to do the commercials.
Yeah.
100% with that. We've already spoke about Zenith. I can't wait for you to play it, and hopefully we get to talk about it in the next week or two, and see how it's holding up. Hopefully there's not many bugs at launch, but they have been testing it for a long time, so I think it'll be okay.
Bugs can be funny.
Yeah, bugs can be funny, or bugs can be fun.
Well, funny.
Bugs can be funny. Yeah, I saw
when
Eric.
they're not like game breaking. Yeah.
I saw Eric the President tweet that. All right, Vici and Victor Encore Edition, which we just spoke about, is also out on the 27th. And you know what? Might be a bit higher on my list than Zenith. I'm kidding. And Vici and Victor Encore Edition takes the stage for the most complete performance yet, featuring 35 tracks, including Peace of Mind, Freak, and the chart-topping SOS. You know that song, right? SOS.
Probably.
No, I don't even remember how to say it.
Yeah, I don't know your version, but I think if I played it on Spotify, I don't.
I need to jump back into Tribex. I'll try and mix that. Yes. So let me go back. So all set again, 7 unique worlds. That doesn't make any sense. They're all set in 7 unique worlds to blast through. Created in collaboration of the late superstar DJ Avicii and Victor, invites you to belt up and blast into rhythmic regions of unexplored space to tackle each fade and beat in 35 of EDM superstars pulse-pounding global chart-topping tracks. Each track is built to perfectly match the on-screen visuals, taking you through the music odyssey of serene exploration. I think it'd be really nice, to be honest, as we just spoke. I feel like it'd be very similar to a Tetris Effect game, but just easier.
Yeah, I'm just like not very good at button rhythm games.
Yeah, that's fair. You just like your motion.
Yeah.
You know, let me fly that ship by doing this or something.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Lost Recipes. Hit me.
Lost Recipes, which I guess came out to yesterday.
I don't know. Lost Recipes. It comes out this week.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Sure. You listen to this.
I'll check that.
It might be out, or it comes out tomorrow. Who knows?
I'll check
In
that.
Lost Recipes, you are a ghost chef in training. You will cook for ghosts from Greek, Chinese, and Mayan civilizations who long to pass on the traditional recipes of their favorite dishes. Recreate authentic food from these 3 historic cultures in this relaxing cooking game. To hone your cooking skills, you'll travel throughout history to practice in 3 ancestral kitchens. You need to satisfy each ghost's appetite in order to move to the next kitchen. While cooking 9 unique recipes, you will learn about the processes, ingredients, and culture surrounding the food. Lost Recipes is not your typical cooking sim. You're not judged on how quickly you complete a task. Instead, this gentle and beautiful game rewards you for taking your time and finishing each recipe as accurately as possible. Lost Recipes is voiced by native speaking people and is based on extensive cultural research that brings the game's historic foods, kitchen tools, cooking techniques, and locations all to life.
And this comes out on the 27th. So all 3 of the games that we talk about come out on the 27th. I remember we spoke about this last year about this game, and it's probably not for us. Speaking of this Lost Recipes, though, I started making sushi recently, and it's been really fun. And it's actually quite easy to make. Obviously, to perfect it, it takes a while to try and get the right ingredients, because sometimes they don't pair well. But yeah, I made some just before this episode. I made a nice avocado maki as well.
Very nice, very nice. Sliced apple. I once found a sushi place that made like what they called the New York maki, which was smoked salmon, sliced apple, and avocado.
Oh
man, it's because it's like crunchy like the cucumber, but also a little sweet.
Oh, I've never seen a sliced apple. I will definitely try a sliced apple.
I've never really seen it anywhere else, actually.
No, I've not seen that before either. That's good to know. Or maybe I should get this game, Lost Recipes, to teach me a little bit more about the sushi making process. Who knows?
Yeah, because food is known for being really good 1200, not 1200. Yeah. It's much older than that, but
medieval times.
Yeah.
I don't think they have it anyway. They have Greek, Chinese, and Maya civilizations. But
Yeah.
this is obviously made by the I Expect You to Die folks. So I expect this game to be pretty good, pardon the pun ish on that. But I expect it to be very good. Just probably not for me unless they get super good reviews and has amazing multiplayer. Which, if it was like Overcooked but in VR, would be
No, it's the
that
inverse of
it
Overcooked.
is the inverse. Exactly. It is the inverse. Um, but there we have it. There's our show. So we'll be back on a more regular
Welcome
scale
back.
again. Welcome back. No, the episode's finished now. Welcome back is not what we say. We say goodbye. We'll see you next week. Thanks for listening. Thanks for supporting us on Patreon, and join our Discord if you just want to chat or jump into a game or whatever you want to do. Sometimes we throw game codes on there, and there was a new Discord person that came on a few weeks ago, and he got like 3 codes immediately, because we had just codes floating around.
Yep.
So definitely check out
Codes
Discord
abound.
out. Yeah, Samson's always buying the same game more than once, so he has extra codes, and Kimberly's been donating codes too. So thanks to Kimberly too. But thanks everyone to watching or listening, and we'll see you next week. Have a great week.
Ta-ta.